Hello Capricorn, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your May 2022 love reading. If you are currently in a romantic relationship or if it comes up a temporary separation from your person, then this is your reading. If you are single and looking for new love, check out the singles playlist that I've got for you. All of your readings are already posted. May is a very powerful, very intense month. It is an eclipse month. Started out the month with the new moon in Taurus, and that was a partial solar eclipse, excuse me. So there's a lot of changes, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of innovation, some rebellion, okay, breathing fresh life into things in the Taurus energy. It's really about looking at your foundations, okay, where you feel safe and secure. So you might be strengthening bonds with your person. You might be taking a relationship up to the next level. There may also be something that you need to get out in the open if there's been any kind of issues that have been lingering or haven't been addressed or anything. In the middle of the month, we do have a total lunar eclipse, and this is the full moon in Scorpio. So very intense energy, very emotional energy coming in. So May is a month of a big change. Okay, it really does set the tone, set the theme for the next 6 months whenever we get these eclipses. So, you may have some emotions that come to the surface. You may have old arguments that pop back up again if they weren't resolved the first time. Okay, but you could, when we have eclipses, they are also filled with surprises sometimes. Okay, expect the unexpected when we have the eclipse season. And so, sometimes that means people coming back from the past as well. So you might be making some decisions in the month ahead. Okay, you might even be letting some certain things go. All right, getting some closure. Okay, so we do have the High Priest coming in here, and this is Taurus energy for you right off the bat. Okay, so this is a very important month for you to try new things, to take something to the next level, to repair cracks in the foundation of your relationship, all of those things. The High Priest comes in as a very spiritual energy, one of tradition. So you may be looking at certain family values, family traditions, okay, if there's any kind of disparity there, right? Sometimes we need to compromise a little bit, okay, especially if you come from different backgrounds of your person. The High Priest also brings a higher level of learning. So you may be you're all in different stages of your relationship, right? Some of you haven't been together with your person for too long, maybe a couple of months. Others of you have been with your person for a very long time. So there may be things still to learn. Sometimes you can even be with with someone for 20 years and they can still surprise you sometimes. Okay, but there may be something here that you are learning. Okay, and you're also maybe taking the relationship to the next level. This is a card where you may step things up a notch, right? But the High Priest, the Taurus energy, really does, it's known as the marriage card. Okay, a higher level of commitment. So you may be having a really good look at the commitment level with your person and seeing if you can step it up a notch. Of course, some of you may be planning a wedding or getting engaged. Okay, maybe even moving in together. All right, expressing your love for your person. All right, whatever that is for you. Challenge in the month ahead, we do have the Tower. Now, the Tower really does come in here as letting something go. Okay, you maybe have an epiphany or a revelation, some sort of information, maybe a family secret, okay, maybe some tension. And when we have the Tower energy, this is something sudden and unexpected, and it does represent change, okay, but it is where we let something go so that we can find something a little bit better. Okay, it's also getting out of your comfort zone as well. Okay, sometimes we get lethargic in relationships. We don't necessarily how should we say, when we get too comfortable in a situation, we don't grow, we don't evolve, we just kind of tickety-boo go through the day, and that's when things get boring and mundane. And that's when it's like, okay, I know what to expect, but we tend to sometimes get a little bit longing for something more exciting. So perhaps trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone is a little bit of a challenge for you. Okay, there may be some other changes that are going on in your relationship, and sometimes they're just a little bit more difficult to deal with than normal. And the Tower is not necessarily a negative card. Okay, it can be. All right, so for some of you, perhaps your challenge may be making a decision whether to continue with your relationship or let something go. Okay, maybe there's an old argument or old energies or old people, okay, that you need to shed. Okay, say goodbye once and for all. And sometimes it just represents a bit of a challenge, right? Because we got to face the truth. We got to see the light, right? We need this revelation, okay, this epiphany, all right? But I think some of you here, your relationship is changing. And this could go either way. With the Tower card, you could either be evolving into the next phase of your relationship. So that Tower really is that something could be happening really fast and something could be really positive for you, but it really rocks your world a little bit, right? So it's like your old version of your relationship is gone to be replaced by a newer one. Okay, so think of, think of if, you all of a sudden someone pops the question and you had never discussed marriage or you weren't ready for that. Okay, or maybe someone all of a sudden says, you know what, I think I love you and we're gonna move. I want to move in together. Let's move in together, right? They give you something. They probably hopefully word it a little bit better than that. Okay, but even though it's something really positive, it's still a challenge to deal with, right? Because it's like, well, okay, something a little bit unexpected. And so, might not like that feeling of not being in control there, Capricorn. All right. But yes, there could certainly be a possibility here where some of you are questioning your relationship. Do we have a strong enough foundation? Is this something that we want to continue on with? Commitment may be on the table for you, right? So you may have some decisions to make, and that's a bit of a challenge there sometimes, but we'll get more information on that too. Your advice from Spirit, the Sun. Maintain a positive outlook. The Sun is the best card in the deck, the happiest card in the deck. Okay, and this represents happiness, positive energy, optimism. This represents success, growth, all of these things blossoming in your life. And as far as the advice from Spirit says, focus on being happy. What makes you happy? This could certainly be a time when your relationship is blossoming and growing. So accept the changes, accept the evolution of your relationship, and don't resist it. Okay, because this Tower energy, there may be changes around you, but the reason it's a challenge is because there's a resistance there. Okay, get outside, have fun, engage with family, with friends, with your person. Okay, do something that you both enjoy. Okay, but above all, maintain a positive outlook. Okay, and do what makes your heart sing with joy. All right, sometimes we overthink and overanalyze things. Okay, and sometimes we just go a little bit with the flow. Okay, so but do what makes you happy. If you have a choice to make, what makes you happy? What does your heart say? What makes you smile? All right, all of that. The Sun is beautiful energy, one of expansion, of growth. Okay, but sometimes, right, because that Sun represents positive energy, okay, sometimes we need to put a little bit of effort and energy into our relationship. Okay, and again, if you've kind of gotten a little bit lazy or humdrum or mundane, okay, or you're just maybe focused on other areas of life, okay, your work, your money, maybe your children, right, other parts of your family, okay, and sometimes we don't focus on our relationship. It's there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes it's not our number one priority. So this could certainly be a Spirit saying to you that make this your priority in the month ahead. Blessings headed your way. Judgment, beautiful. The Judgment card brings in a release, brings in this energy of getting things out in the open, seeing the truth, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's a beautiful energy of seeing things with ultimate clarity and being able to make a decision. You're either letting something go that doesn't no longer serves you. Okay, we could possibly be doing that. We do have that Tower card. All right, and of course that advice from Spirit with the Sun, right? What makes you happy? Okay, the Judgment card could also show that there's some secret that gets revealed to you, something that is hidden and that is revealed to you. But in your blessings position, this is something wonderful. This is something beautiful. It's something that puts a smile on your face and makes you happy. All right. And, Spirit saying here with that Sun card, don't worry, be happy. Okay. But that Judgment card, there's certainly something that may be below the surface or something that may be hidden and that comes to light for you. But you're gaining clarity. Okay. It's also an energy of truth, but it's also one of making a final judgment call, a final decision. Do you, do you see your relationship for what it is and do you move forward? Okay, do you need to resolve any issues in your relationship? This is the time to do that so that you can move past and you can move forward. The Judgment card does bring in forgiveness. It brings in, kind of that, how should we say, that little bit of forward effort. If you're about to if you're about to level up in your relationship, okay, or if someone's saying, I want to move in with you, I want to get married with you, the Judgment card comes in as a very important energy, right? Because we reveal our hopes and our fears. We reveal our desires, right? We reveal anything. We throw all of our cards out on the table so that we can make a very informed decision, that we can make sure that everyone's on the same page and that we're seeing the future, okay, very clearly. All right, so, that clarity is very, very important. And, but of course, if there's been anything that has been kind of lingering beneath the surface, we have two energies here of letting it go. So the Tower card here, right, there may be something here that comes in quite suddenly, or you might be feeling this energy here, but the Judgment card, it's like, get everything on the table and make a choice, make a decision, release and let go, and move on to the next stage of your relationship, or forgive and forget, okay, that kind of energy, all right, or, or do you actually need to let something go, right? What makes you happy? But the Judgment card as a blessing coming your way could also represent you getting closure. And because this can have to do with second chances, okay, if you are separated from your person, okay, you may have an opportunity here to reconcile. Okay, if that's what you want, give someone a second chance. Okay, and it may be difficult to deal with because you have to get all this uncomfortable energy, all of these uncomfortable things out in the open, right? And then, be honest and be truthful with each other, okay? But if that's in the cards for you, then you may have that opportunity to do that, okay? Because that eclipse energy through the month brings people back, typically, okay? It can bring people back, all right? Not always, but it certainly can. But the Judgment card can also just be you closing out some old energy, old arguments, okay, and moving forward, just letting things go and moving forward. And sometimes that's a little bit challenging. We want to hold on to things, even if they're not good, they're not healthy, right? We sometimes cling to things, right? So, but that Judgment card is coming in there as a blessing for you. So I think you're going to see the light. You're going to see some truths, maybe some sort of revelation. The surprise comes your way. But again, with that Judgment card, it benefits you. So let's see what else we've got here. The High Priest, we have the Eight of Wands. Ooh la la. Okay, we like the Eight of Wands. It brings in some good news. It brings in forward movement, brings in a lot of activity as well, a lot of positive energy. With the Tower, we've got the Four of Coins, a foundational energy. So very interesting there. With the Sun, we have the Five of Cups. Focus on the positive. Focus on moving forward. Process any underlying feelings, okay? And then see the positive side of things. And with the Judgment card, we've got the King of Coins coming out there. Bottom of your deck, we've got the Ace of Arrows. The Ace of Arrows is the Ace of Swords, truth, honesty, okay, getting clarity, all right? The Ace of Swords also brings in a little bit of luck, but it brings in an energy of victory and success as well. It does bring in the fate, sword of fate, okay, of destiny, all right? So there may be just something that you're dealing with here that you're meant to deal with, all right? And you just need to let the chips fall where they may. You just need to go with the flow, okay? But the Ace of Arrows also brings in some very important conversation. It brings in some new and improved energy, okay? So there may be some underlying conversation that you need to have. Again, underlying truth, something is revealed to you maybe, okay? But also could be a fresh start to something as well. So whether you're leveling up or you're doing things in a more improved manner, okay? Maybe you're communicating better with your person. But there can certainly be something here that is very positive for you, because with that High Priest energy, the energy coming in is the Eight of Staves. Now, the Eight of Staves is the Eight of Wands, so this certainly does represent a period of growth, moving forward, overcoming obstacles. It does represent a full speed ahead kind of energy. It's very fast moving energy, as is the Tower. So you may be experiencing a lot of things that are going on all at once, all around you, and that may be just a little bit more than you can handle. Okay. So, Spirit's like, don't worry. Okay. Focus on positive, right? Take your time, right? Sometimes things go really, really slow in our lives, and then sometimes things just happen really fast. Okay, but the Eight of Staves is a very positive energy, great communication, moving forward, growth, new experiences, okay, positive vibes, good news, okay, all of these things. The Eight of Staves is quite often representing your manifestations as well. All right, but it is one of a lot of activity and a lot of really, really positive energy. So again, things may just be progressing really fast for you, especially if you've been feeling stuck in a rut for a while. Okay, and if there's been no movement or anything like that, so you certainly got this going on for you. But we do have the Four of Coins coming in here with the Tower. Now, the Tower is really about shedding anything that no longer serves you, and you're left with a good, solid foundation. The Four of Coins brings in a good, solid foundation, okay, into your relationship. Like, you've gotten to a certain level, and maybe now you're looking, is there room for growth? Is there not? Okay, the Four of Coins is usually one where, okay, we have built a good, strong base. Okay, we've got all of these core elements within our relationship that work really well. Okay, but maybe there's something not working. Maybe there's something there that can be fixed. Okay, or maybe there's something there that needs a little bit extra energy, needs a little bit extra push to get to the next level. Because the Four of Coins can sometimes be, even though it's a grounded, stable energy, can sometimes be one where it's a little bit stubborn, okay? Because it is quite often known as the as the miser of the tarot deck, okay? And really only because there's one coin here where someone is holding on to it very tight. So there could be some values that are prevalent, okay? And what I mean by that really didn't come out right, did it? The High Priest is quite often about tradition and structure, right? It's a very religious card, right? One of very spiritual energy. And if you're entering into a deeper level of commitment with a person, or if you're planning a wedding, okay, or if you're gonna get married, there's certain traditions that may cause a little bit of a problem, because the Four of Coins can represent your values. And if you are with somebody that has a different upbringing, a different background, different belief system, maybe no belief system at all, okay, all of those things, it can create a little bit of a challenge, something that we need to compromise on, or that we need to talk about, okay? And like, for example, you may have, it's just an example, but you may have a very strong belief that, first we date, then we get engaged, then we get married, then we have a family. All right, all of those things in a certain order. All right, but your person may have a different viewpoint on that. Okay, so when we get that Four of Coins, there may be a need to open up, okay, so that both people can have their say. And it is a little bit one where we need to kind of have a little bit of a compromise, okay? Because, if we are opening up to someone's ideas, someone's values, okay, someone's outlook on commitment, on marriage, on moving in together, all of these things, there's certain things that we do need to cling to. There's certain values that are very important to us, all right? And they provide the structure of our relationship and what we want out of love. Okay, and but sometimes we need to loosen the purse strings a little bit, and sometimes we need to kind of find that healthy common ground. Okay, so the Tower energy there, you could certainly be something that you're looking at, whether it's something to do with money, commitment, something to do with your personal values, right? Your family values, okay? Whether it is something that you really do need to stick to your guns on, or whether it's something where you need to kind of find that healthy common ground. Okay, so you could certainly be also looking at the foundation of your relationship as well, right? Are we where we want to be, right? What is our relationship built on? Is it built on love, respect, trust, okay? Or is it built on something else, right? So you may be having a look there, but it's a little bit of a challenge for you, but not insurmountable, okay? More on your advice from Spirit, the Five of Cups. There may be something that doesn't quite go your way, or something that doesn't live up to your expectations. And Spirit says here, but all hope is not lost. So it's important to validate and express your feelings, to process your feelings, All right. And then focus on moving forward, focus on what is still there, focus on where you want to get to, focus on the solutions. Sometimes when we have the Five of Cups, we can get stuck. Okay. This Three Cups spilt over, but there's still possibilities there. All right. And that's pretty much exactly what Spirit's saying here, right? Is with that Sun, keep a positive outlook, right? Focus on where you want to get to, okay? Not where you've been, all right? Or maybe not even anything minor what you're dealing with right now, okay? Or even something that, again, doesn't live up to your expectations, okay? Focus on the possibilities there because there's still two cups there standing up. Blessings headed your way. We've got the King of Coins, and this is a very high level of commitment. Okay, this is long-term commitment, success, stability, abundance in all forms. Okay, this is a wonderful, wonderful energy. Your love maturing, your relationship growing. If you're feeling as though you've going through a rocky patch, this is you getting back on solid ground. Okay, and having this sense of security. Okay, beautiful energy. The King of Coins, now I do also have to say, okay, because the Four of Coins can sometimes be one of inheritance, okay, and there is a money factor there, not necessarily like an inheritance where, like, you know, someone passes on or anything like that. It's sometimes maybe like a living inheritance, maybe a gift from a family member or something, but it can also have to do with money. All right, money of all forms. Okay, so there could be some financial situation that is going on here between you and your person. You might actually have different ideas on money. Okay, so one person might really be that little, might squirrel everything away, and the other person may be very kind of flamboyant with their money, right? That can quite often cause a little bit of a challenge in a relationship, right? Ooh. Okay, but the King of Coins shows here that you're getting everything back on track. Okay, and that maybe you even are getting some money coming in there. Okay, so if that's you, there's certainly a little bit of a money thing coming in here. All right, but certainly very positive. Okay, so but also blessings headed your way. There may be, with the King of Coins, there may be a person around you that can give you some very practical advice. This person would be very successful in their own right. Okay, maybe it even is a money situation, okay, or a housing situation that you're dealing with, and this person knows what they're talking about. They have a lot of advice, a lot of guidance, but it's down to earth and it's practical. And so you may have someone there that can give you a little bit of guidance. All right, so let's pull out a little bit more information. Thank you. So these are Kipper cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you very much. All right, so these are Kipper cards. So the way these work is the intention that I set prior to your reading. The main female is you. It doesn't matter if you're a male, female, if you're a dragon, if you're a leprechaun, it doesn't matter. That is only you, nobody else. The main male is only your person. It does not matter if they are male or female, a dragon or a leprechaun. That is your person, nobody else. All right, so just setting that intention very, very clearly. All right, but let's see what other information that we can get here. Part of your reading, we've got the small child. Now the small child can certainly represent something new, all right, but there may be something in your relationship that you're talking about that has to do with children, maybe starting a family, okay, maybe something from your childhood. But let's get more information here. We've got his thoughts right there, and that can certainly be a planning card. We've got grief and sorrow coming there a little bit. Hope, big water. We've got rich man. Interesting. There's a man. Look at the rich man. What's that? We've got the main male. That's your person. And then we also have main female. That's you. Pleasant letter and a lot of money. Ah, okay. Interesting. So main female, this is you, underneath your control. Okay, there may certainly be a money situation going on here. Okay, the rich man can represent a little bit of frivolity in regards to money, okay, a little bit of a spendthrift possibly. The lot of money here could certainly represent money improvements, okay, so, but the rich man can also represent here a person who is very supportive and who maybe has some really good advice in regards to money. Okay, But we do have over here, we've got the main male, that's your person, and in between, it looks like you're making some plans, and there may be a little bit of disconnect between you and your person. You may not necessarily be seeing eye to eye. Hope Big Water over here is one of the best cards in the deck. It's what we all aspire to, where we want to get to. This is your hopes and dreams coming to fruition, okay? And the small child can certainly be something new and exciting, okay? It can also represent something that is fairly easy as well, but it's newness in all things, all right? And then the rich man there can certainly represent a person, possibly somebody that has some advice or guidance, or maybe they have are bringing in something that you've been really hoping for, possibly some money, okay, or at least some advice there, all right? But the rich man here can also represent somebody who may be a little bit childish or naive, all right, especially the small child there, okay? So perhaps somebody is not, how should we say, perhaps somebody is a little bit needs to mature a little bit, okay? But sometimes, hey, you know what? Sometimes it can also be someone really in touch with their inner child as well. But the Hope Big Water is an excellent energy coming in. We do have the Pleasant Letter here. We have grief and sorrow, and we have a lot of money. So the Pleasant Letter can certainly be some good news, something that someone has hoped for. Okay, this is right underneath your person, but it's behind your back. Okay, so it may be something to do with your person, and you know, they're feeling pretty good about it, okay? Certainly some really good news coming in, all right? But it can also be something here that is causing you a little bit of grief, right? The grief and sorrow tied to a lot of money and the Pleasant Letter. Few different things with this going on, okay? There could certainly be some sort of news coming in that causes a little bit of a grief, okay? And it may have to do with money. We can also look at it as though communication will help overcome any challenges in your relationship, and there's a huge amount of potential here to make improvements in that, okay? A lot of money is, it can certainly represent money, but it can also represent a lot of improvement coming in here as well. Okay, so I think there's, again, something that we're dealing with here. There could possibly be an inheritance, and yes, that could be difficult to deal with. Okay, it could also be a loan possibly there as well. All right, but the rich man here could certainly be some advice coming in there as well. So I think here there's certainly maybe a little bit of disconnect here in regards to plans for the future as well. Okay, taking something to the next level, something that you want to communicate about. Your person has what they're hoping for, okay, with the Pleasant Letter there, and you have what you're hoping for here. So coming in together, we can, you know, figure things out and see if we can make improvements there. All right. But ultimately, there's certainly something a little bit new that you're dealing with possibly there as well. And it may just catch you off guard. Right. And ultimately, it's really not that bad. The only thing here is this grief and sorrow. Sometimes even positive things, okay, can cause us a little bit of grief. Okay, it's like, I don't like surprises. All right, so you may have something there, but I think you're working through things, and you're getting the information that you need, and I think there's some really positive improvements that are in the cards for you. So let's get a little bit more information here. What else does Capricorn need to know? Thank you. We'll get those. We're also going to get a couple of surrender cards. All right. Surrender is a huge theme throughout all of these readings so far. Surrender, release, let it go. Big theme. So sometimes we just have those turning points in our relationships, and we do need to just throw all the cards out on the table. So let's see what we have here. Oh, this is beautiful. So we have Truth Be Told coming in. Okay, this is about opening your heart and your soul. This is about getting clarity, seeing the truth. All right, getting the truth out on the table, okay? And it really is opening your heart, opening the window to your soul, to someone else's soul as well. Okay, so certainly getting some clarity, something coming in here. But I think you're also going to be making a decision here with this card as well. All right, so speak your truth, be honest, be open, okay? You and your person together, and you know, whatever issues you're faced with, okay, by being honest, by being truthful, we will get that clarity. We'll figure out what choices to make or how to deal with something moving forward. But we have Treasure Island coming in. So there could certainly be some money situation coming in here, okay? I mean, I can't ignore it, all right? I mean, this is a love reading. It's not a money reading, but money may in some way be a factor with you and your person, okay? It could be that, the new here, it could be that you're, looking to move in together, okay? And blending your finances, all of a sudden you live in the world of luxury and abundance, right? Because, especially if both of you make a decent salary. There could also be some money situation here if you're planning a wedding, right? Maybe you don't have quite enough money for what you want. Someone may step up to the plate, right? Maybe a family member steps up to the plate, right? So anyways, but the Treasure Island energy here really does represent a lot of treasure, a lot of abundance, a lot of wonderful things blossoming and growing in your life, okay? It's a sense of discovery, and also unexpected improvements coming in here. So a wonderful, wonderful energy with that one, okay? We all like to find, imagine if you were if you were sailing on the ocean, or if you were on a beach and you found this treasure chest and all of this abundance came out of it. That's the Treasure Island energy there, okay? So certainly is, and we do have abundance coming in there as well with that Sun card. Also the Eight of Wands, okay? So we have surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Hey, look at that. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Beautiful. And last but not least, we have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. All right, very similar to that sun energy. Get out, enjoy the sun, enjoy the weather, connect with your person. We don't have to spend a lot of money to have some fun or to try new things. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something in this reading that resonated with you on some level. If there was, please don't forget to hit like on this video, show my channel a little bit of love, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a fantastic month ahead. I thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.